Welcome back to another episode of Build a Game Workshop, the show where your newest nerdy friends, Jason, Dawson, whoops, I need to let you guys do it. Oh. Should I just start over? No, screw it. Here, I'll point at you.
He's not watching.
Jason.
Dawson.
And I... Yeah, I pointed at myself and I'm like, why aren't you saying anything?
Say your freaking name. Oh.
That's one of the most embarrassing things I've ever done.
Tonight.
Oh,
that's okay.
Well, screw it. I'll just break the intro right now. We already we thought we were recording like 20 minutes of this already, and then we realized the mic wasn't working. So what's the freaking point? Pack up and go home. Just kidding. Oh. Where did I leave off? We're your newest nerdy friends, Jason, Dawson, Austin. Gather around and we make up some video game ideas. It's all hypothetical, don't worry, because we don't really know what we're talking about and all that shiznit. And we're gathering around and doing stuff and having a blast and kicking back and pooping and pooping and pooping. And, of course, we do this live every single Thursday over on twitch.tv/buildagameworkshop and YouTube. There's a link to the YouTube channel, I believe, on Twitch, so we don't have an official link yet, like a custom URL, because we need 100 subscribers and all that stuff. But you guys can contribute to the video game making process by speaking your ideas in the chat. Also, you guys...
I wish I had more Mountain Dew.
I know, me too. That's why I was asking if I had more. For those of you that are just listening to the podcast that goes up every Friday morning, you guys can go ahead and send in your video game ideas to at Build a Game Shop over on Twitter with the hashtag BAGW. And if we see a good one, we might go ahead and use that as the basis or foundation, if you will,
feels good.
for the video game
freaking me out.
making process. Jason was Yoshi tonguing. Ew, gross.
No,
Dawson's
I wasn't
ear.
doing it. Yoshi himself.
Yoshi was tonguing.
Yeah, I wasn't doing it.
Was tonguing Dawson's ear. It's disgusting. Filthy animals.
Oh gosh.
It's bestiality, my friend. Also, no, that's it. That's all of it. That's all of it.
That's all
So
I have
why
to
don't we
say
go
about
ahead-
that.
That's all she wrote.
Why don't we go ahead and roll up our sleeves, get our manly man on, and head into that workshop and build ourselves a video game. Sneeze. Are you trying?
It's there, but it was, oh,
Look
man,
at the
looking.
light.
it was there.
Okay, the stream is actually running a lot better on my phone.
No.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Do you
Maybe
have
we
the
should-
gene that lets you sneeze when you look at bright lights?
When I look at the sun, I sneeze.
I do?
Every single time. Is that like what? That's not like. So it's not like you're
Genetic.
allergic.
No. Your eyes.
I don't know what I. Just
How did
said.
you pronounce
I
allergic?
don't know. Shut up. Shh.
Your eyes, I believe, are connected. Some people are connected slightly
their butt.
to your sinuses. So if your eyes get a lot of sensory information, it irritates or almost
Does it
tickles your
also-
sinuses.
Does this gene like cause you not to cry? Because I don't cry like ever.
I don't think so. I think that might be an emotional issue that you have personally.
Yeah.
It's okay to cry.
One
don't
time
think they're
I went
connected.
over to my dog and I killed it. And I didn't cry.
Two issues there. They might be.
Sorry, I pulled that out.
connected.
I pulled that out from a private practice episode. Have you guys ever seen that show?
I have not.
Well,
Doesn't sound interesting.
it's not. It's not. It's just another stupid doctor show.
There's a lot of them. People just eat them up.
Well, really, it's just Grey's Anatomy. That's the big one. It used to be like
Scrubs was a big
yeah,
one.
it used to be Scrubs and ER and
Bones.
that's not really a doctor one. That's a private or not a private. That's like
Forensic.
forensic scientist.
Same thing.
It's a murder thing.
Doctor.
There's
forensic
a
stuff is
billion
there
of those.
always.
There's been a billion forensic stuffs. Yeah, that's probably why the industry
Like
is booming.
NCIS, CSI Miami,
God.
freaking
Um,
Criminal
Castle.
Minds is a
Criminal
good one.
Minds
That one's actually cool because
decent show.
it gets dark, dude.
It gets dark.
I like it. I like that dark stuff.
I know you do.
No more night lights. I'm all grown up. Pull ups no more.
I'm all
Yeah.
grown up. I watch Criminal Minds.
We're totally grown-ups.
I remember when I was like 13, I watched a Criminal Minds marathon. Yikes, I could not sleep in the dark that night.
That's probably not.
I was freaking out. My imagination was so over.
Thought someone was gonna come in and criminal mind
Slit
you.
my throat, man. I totally thought it. We should apologize for last week. It was my birthday, and so we skipped it because it's my birthday on the episode day.
I didn't choose to do that though. It wasn't me. I didn't care it was your birthday. I said, let's continue. Let's do it.
So let us continue and move past this, Jason. Let it go. As the blonde frozen chick would say. Whatever her name is, Elsa. Gosh, what a waste of time that movie was.
I liked it.
You know what other movie was a waste of time? Moana.
Dude, Moana.
Terrible movie.
It wasn't terrible.
It was
but
alright.
I'm not a fan of it. Tangled is definitely my favorite
is probably,
3D one.
Like the new one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tangled is good.
My favorite 3D Disney movie. Because it's just fun. And Frozen's just... It was okay the first time, but the soundtrack sucks. Dawson is just losing his mind.
I wouldn't say it sucks because
Maybe-
it's so popular, but
Maybe we should go on to gaming. Just
Oh,
talk about
yeah.
Frozen in our gaming
Well,
podcast.
speaking of Frozen-
How lame can we be?
Speaking of Frozen, I have a video game idea centered around...
No, you don't.
Yeah, so you would play as Elsa, and you would actually freeze everyone to death in the kingdom.
that's your goal.
So you try to get everybody?
I don't know. I'm making this up on the
Oh,
spot. Yeah,
well.
you try to kill everybody.
I like it. That's dark.
Yeah.
It's macabre.
Is it gonna be like gruesome in a way, like where she does like spikes and like blood?
She could do
goes
she could do spikes, and like no one will ever know that it's her because they can't find her fingerprints because just the
I've
ice
heard-
spikes.
I've heard.
So
Well,
they
I'm
should
pretty
know.
sure they'll
I've
know
heard-
it's
I would
her.
say, I've heard that
She's
if you
over
do, someone always said like, oh, that's like the best way to kill someone with like an icicle.
Yeah.
But I heard that like they can find out how they were killed anyways because there's like maybe like extra water or like extra H2O or something. I don't know. I heard something like that.
Buy an ice pick.
Yeah.
That's
There's
true.
some-
You'd
I heard
probably
that
be
there's
able
something,
to.
There's a way that they can still figure out that it was an icicle.
You would probably be able to rule out a bunch of different weapons. That makes sense. Just because you're not finding traces of anything else. So it has to be an icicle.
I mean, and I'm guessing if there are icicles, then it's cold out, and so there'd be water there. And they can actually figure out, I know this because I teach science, they can actually figure out where certain water came from, because like heavier water that has more neutrons in it, falls closer to the coast, and so the lighter the water is, the more inland it is, so they can kind of figure out where the icicle came from. They can narrow it down. Suspects.
Because there's more Jimmy Neutrons
motive.
over there.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
I miss
More
that
Jimmy.
show.
That is such a good show.
Sorry to just ruin your
I
whole
had-
like scientific awesome analysis.
That's okay, because I got another one
Well,
that I
you got
read.
an idea?
No, I read.
Yay!
It goes along with your Frozen thing.
Okay.
But I read somewhere that
Is it-
technically, like at the end when Elsa froze, what's her name froze?
Yes.
Elena.
Anna. When water freezes, it expands, so she'd actually be like 20%.
See, for
bigger.
someone that hates that show, you know everyone's name.
I just have a good memory.
What's the little snowman's name? Okay, never mind.
Olaf?
Oh dang. What's the moose's name? Or
Is
elf's
it
name?
Sven?
Kristoff. No, Sven.
Sven. Yeah.
What's
guy.
the?
I
don't know.
I just have a good
anything else.
memory.
I don't know what
Alright.
else. Okay, keep going with your.
That was all.
analysis.
She'd be 20% bigger because ice freezes. I mean, expands when it
Wait,
freezes.
she'd be 20% bigger?
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
she'd
it
be
is.
giant.
So when
it
she-
is a little.
And
kid
when
movie.
she unthaws, I'm like, would she be 20% bigger, or would she shrink back down?
But
Thinking
would
her-
she? But did she freeze like even inside her body though, or was it like outside? Because
Oh,
when
yeah,
it
all
a
of
frozen
it.
casing. Okay.
Oh my gosh, so bored.
I know.
Just kidding.
All right, game, mini game. Are we
Okay.
going mini games?
Yeah, let's do a couple mini game ideas.
I had a great idea for. A
Oh,
mini game.
tell me, Jason. Tell me. You could steal it if you want.
All right.
Go for it.
So I was thinking, you know how Rock Band and Guitar Hero?
Oy vey. Yeah? See, this is actually my good idea. Why couldn't you have stolen one of the bad ideas? Like the
You know how it's like a rhythm game, you
Yes,
know?
correcto mundo.
Yeah.
Continue, Jason.
So, I was thinking it'd have to be PC.
Oh.
No, actually, yeah, it'd have to.
It has to be
It
PC.
definitely would have to be PC.
And why is that, Jason? Please
so
enlighten me.
So you'd play online versus someone else, right? Okay.
Mhm.
So you're using your keyboard, and the screen would be like the coding. You know how you code, and you have all the, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Like you hack someone, you're hacking
Mhm.
with codes. So you'd be coding, but it'd be like the rhythm of like techno music.
Oh.
So you'd be like, you know, you're going with the rhythm of the music,
And would you press like enter or
You
space?
could definitely.
Like
yeah.
those would
We could
replace like
definitely-
the Guitar Hero buttons.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And you're going against someone else.
Correct.
And if you win, you hack their computer. You know, hypothetically. You know, it's not like a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you hack them, you know, and the other person loses. So it's like Rock
like
Band,
it.
but techno-y and hacking wise.
I do really like that idea though. When I came up with that idea,
Wait, I came up with that idea.
when you came up with that idea in the lab, and you texted me, and you're just like, Austin, I came up with the most ingenious game idea of all time. Please let me tell you. I was just like blown away by how smart you were
Thank you.
for once. It made me so happy. To
Honestly,
hear
though,
something.
it's actually kind of a stupid idea.
I hate you.
Did you know that Rock Band and them, they wanted to?
Is this a legitimate fact?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, keep going.
So they wanted to do. It might have been Guitar Hero actually.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember which one it was, but anyways, they wanted to do release like a ton of songs, like a DLC kind of thing, like
Yeah.
2,500 songs.
Oh, what?
But what they wanted to
That's
do.
a lot.
What they wanted to do was, actually, it might have been 25,000. I can't remember, but they wanted to charge like $1 per song. So the
Okay.
DLC would cost you like $2,500 or $25,000 to get it.
Really?
Like, why would you do that? Yeah. They wanted to-
That's way too much.
Yeah, they wanted to do that. I'm like, what? Like, you're not going. Like, there's no way I'm paying that money for a deal. Like,
No,
no,
absolutely
it's,
not.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It's like they're really wanting money right now or something. But that was a while ago that happened.
That's an interesting fact.
We talked about it. We talked about it on This Week's Idiot a long time ago.
That?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember talking about that.
You did.
I remember talking about clickbait
No, we talked about
and
that.
subcounts.
No, we talked
Those are the only 2 episodes we ever had.
about it. We did more than that.
We only did 2 episodes
No, we did.
of This Week.
Idiot.
Like
We did,
officially
8.
This Week Idiot, but
We
we
did,
did a
like,
couple
a lot.
segments in past podcasts.
Yeah, we talked about that though.
We started so many different podcasts.
Yeah.
Look, in different projects. Now Dawson's the one that's bored. He's like, okay, none of this nonsense. Okay, we need to quickly come up with a game or a title idea. We need to just randomly do. We need to be faster about coming up with titles.
Okay.
So we each get like 30 seconds to think of a good title for this, and then we vote on the best one. Okay. On your marks, get set, go.
Hacks are real.
What?
Hacks are real.
Hacks are real.
Tech note done.
Techno beat.
Tech note beat.
Techno
Tech
note hacker.
I like techno beat.
Hack'em Techo.
Hack 'em.
Hack 'em up.
Hack 'em up.
I like just tech note.
Hack no.
That's because it was your idea.
Hack note.
Yep.
Hack no.
Hack note.
Hack note. Hack beat. Beat hack.
I like hack note.
Beat hack.
Beat hack.
Okay, hack note. Boom, done. I like it. I
I
want to remind everyone that's
If I
watching the
wanna be
live
quick.
streams, you can give your ideas in the chat. Anyway,
Yeah,
that's
if you
it.
have game ideas.
If you have game ideas, or if you actually send, I kind of want those more just on Twitter so that we can get through those during the week.
Hey, whatever floats your boat.
Okay, whatever floats your boat or butt. Get them bowel movements going. I make a lot of poop jokes. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm dirty.
you're bad.
Just like Michael Jackson. The song. I was bad. I don't know how that song goes. Okay,
Oh boy.
so there was that idea. I don't even want to do the millennial idea anymore.
yeah.
That idea's pretty stupid.
All right, let's just go on.
And then why don't we just, you know what, screw it. Boom, that's the mini game.
Yeah.
Done.
Done.
That's okay. Now it's my week to come up with a legitimate game, and this might be a fast one because I feel like there's not too much to talk about it.
Oh, we'll see.
Ooh, we'll see. Gosh, you're so stupid. Just kidding. So here's okay. So here's the idea. Now it kind of goes along with an alien idea that Dawson was talking about earlier, but you guys didn't hear it. Oh, dang it! Oh, that didn't go anywhere.
It did not go anywhere.
The Bowser one would be better. That one really shoots.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play with all these toys.
We're such grown-ups. I can't wait to play with
And
these
by
toys.
play, I think you mean put in a lunchbox and never look at it again.
Well, the
Look at me.
packaged ones. These ones I'll play with.
oh,
Look at
okay.
me. I'm Austin. I play with little toys.
I want to set up like a legitimate like battle with all of them where they anyway. Like
Dylan
stop
has a
motion.
chess, a Mario chess set.
Are you kidding me?
I'm sick. Okay.
I'm starting to get sick.
Anyways, what were you saying?
Okay.
Alien something?
Okay, so here's my idea. I don't know what we would call it.
Alien.
Shut up. I
Alien
haven't-
Isolation. Done.
Oh. And what the whole game is you're hiding from an alien on a space station.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, that's not the
No,
idea.
that's actually,
Here's the
no,
idea.
That's actually.
That's an actual
I
game.
like
You can
that.
play it if you want.
Oh.
It's been out for like a year now.
What is it called?
Oh, longer than that, boy.
2 years?
It's been out, I think it was like 2013.
No.
I think so.
Really?
I think so.
Holy crap. No one cared about that game
A lot of people care about that game.
for like 2 seconds. We need to stop talking about other video games and make up our own video games. Okay, so here's the idea. You're an astronaut. No. So it's it goes along with Interstellar. Your world is kind of in disarray, so you got to find a new planet to
Hack?
Inhabit.
inhabit.
Okay.
I'm like habitable. That doesn't work. Inhabit for the rest of the world to inhabit and all that stuff. So you're Matt Damon and you're going.
Oh, man.
You're going on. Yeah, you're a bad guy. No, you're going on to a planet and I think
Are you trying to terraform it?
what we're gonna do. So you land on the planet. It's just really simple. You land on the planet. You pretty much get started right away. And I think maybe it's procedurally generated, but you land on it, and then there's just like little aliens, like cute ones, you know, like cute aliens and all that stuff to start out with. And they kind of come around. And the whole idea of this game
You have to eat them.
is you have to eat all the aliens
I do it.
as fast as you can. And we'll use motion controls, and you just scoop them all up. No, we'll have all these little aliens, and you can't communicate with them. There'd be a ton of coding in this, but you have to learn how to like interact with them and teach them things, and to kind of like what you're saying earlier, and that no one will ever know, except for right now. Kind of what was it? Make them smarter, like make them
Make them advance their civilization.
advance their civilization, because they're way freaking low.
But wait,
So you're teaching them things. What?
why would we want to teach them? Are we trying to find a world to live on?
Maybe
This
you're
is,
trying to teach them. You're trying to manipulate them into making the world habitable for your people.
I don't know. My
Maybe-
idea for this was to just have everyone. The ultimate goal for this game was to have every single person that's playing this game have completely different like experiences, because we would have to set up some type of like coding system where all these aliens actually kind of like have a mind. Like it's so complex that they do kind of have a mind.
Idea.
Go for it.
What if there was a person playing and all the aliens were controlled by people that don't speak your language? And so you have to communicate with people that don't speak your language.
Like actual people.
Like actual people. And you have to you have to communicate with them and try to figure out what they want and figure out what you need them to do.
Okay.
Without actually,
No.
just a quick idea.
No.
I don't know. That would be super hard to do. That's for sure. That would require a lot.
That's more like
server
that's
space.
like almost like tutoring. Like you're learning English or you're learning a different.
English game. Just kidding.
Well, okay. Let me read all the ideas that I have.
Okay, because
Aliens, a ton of aliens come out. A lot of them are cute and small. That's the main race of the alien that you kind of like the ones that are on like Toy Story, like those little aliens. And you could do just about anything with them. You just don't know how to communicate. It's all real time, like not a real definite storyline at all, except for just the fact that you're trying to find a planet to inhabit. And then like depending on the actions, like you could be like, depending on the player, you could be mean to them, but that's going to turn them hostile towards you, right? They're going to start like not trusting you. And then like if you realize they start getting a little hostile with you, then you're like, okay, I need to win their like favor. So maybe you go out and hunt different animals and you try to win their favor back, and then like, okay, you can get them to like build stuff for you, or
Well,
like,
let me ask this: what end game are you envisioning? What is the goal of the game?
it's not really an end. The end game is to just like be this leader of these. Like it could just keep going forever.
I thought you were trying to find a planet
Well,
to
there's,
live on. I don't get like.
but that's just like the background story of like why you're even on the planet in the first place.
So then why?
But it just goes on forever.
It's gotta be an
Like
end
you're
game, I
waiting,
think.
you're waiting for people to come and like come to your planet. You send out a beacon like, hey, I'm able to like live on this planet or whatever. And then these aliens start coming out. And then you're just like, oh, like there's like in Interstellar, there's no way to really communicate with anybody else except at some point they're gonna come. And so while you're waiting for them, you're just interacting with all these aliens and trying to figure out like, because you're only one person, you can't kill them all. just by yourself because you just thought you were going to be an astronaut coming to some weird planet, you know? And so you don't really have like defense system behind you.
Right.
And so you're just kind of interacting with them and trying to like win their favor. And then like the ultimate goal is to just kind of like be their leader and they all look up to you and all that stuff. And you're in charge of this whole race.
So there's got to be an option in this game. So how I envision this for some reason is kind of like Infamous in a way, where you can either choose to be good or bad with this.
Okay.
But
yeah, you could.
Because
but that changes a lot of things.
If I was going to a planet and like I'm gonna save like Earth, basically human race, like I'm wiping these guys out. Like I'm taking over this planet so that our race can live there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if that's the backstory of this, then
that game would be super boring though. If you did that, because then everyone would be dead and you would just be there, and then that's the end of the game for you.
Well, then I don't like the backstory.
Well, you're just there.
Yeah, but
so then you're just some random guy exploring, and that's all you're doing.
If you're exploring, then that's fine. But if you're like, if Earth is dying or trying to find a planet, and you're sitting there wasting time like with these like aliens, like
okay, fine,
that's not cool.
Okay, so maybe we're going more in a direction of Star Trek, where on the Voyager or whatever the thing is called, the Enterprise. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're just going and collecting data, and they shouldn't like interact with them on Star Trek. But maybe in this one it doesn't really matter. You're just trying to learn other races and all that stuff.
Okay.
Of aliens and all that stuff. So you're studying different aliens, and so you come to this, and you can kind of interact with them however you want. You could be as awful to them, but that's going to make them hostile.
So,
or you could be really nice to them and gain their trust.
So being hostile to them, and like being mean, and then they're they want to kill you pretty much. Like, what benefit is that, like, in the game? You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be a benefit to being mean to them.
Maybe you're trying to learn about this planet, and you need their help to gather all the data that you need.
They could do that. I don't know. The whole idea behind it is you can really make this game go in whatever direction you want. You can become a leader where you're just like, you're completely leading them, and maybe later on we introduce different aliens that are more hostile towards these group of aliens that you've gained their trust. And so you're just like, hey, we got to teach you guys how to be warriors and all that stuff, and we got to find resources so we can build up walls. And they're just not that smart yet, and so you're teaching them, and then all these bad guys start coming. And you've built these walls, and you taught them how to fight some more, and then you can fight these bad guys.
I'm getting an Age of the Empires vibe. Is that kind of the direction? Not Age.
But
of the
you're
Empires,
not like, sure. But like the ultimate goal isn't to just wipe out all the enemies on the planet. You're just living a life. It's kind of like a life simulator, sort of. But you're just with these random aliens that you can't really communicate. Maybe as you go along, you can just kind of. Where I lost my train of thought. I saw Donald Alfonte. I remember him from like past live streams from back in the day and all that stuff. But I can make a game from the old violent movie. I don't know what that means. But keep going.
So, what if we did it where if you're like nice to them and you're trying to teach them, then you're basically trying to create peace throughout like different planets between like the race that you're helping, with other planets. But if you're like more mean or you're trying to be more hostile, then they kind of become like your army and you're trying to like fight other planets instead of like creating peace, like trying to create peace and stuff.
Yeah. So you could go that route, or once like the bad guys are introduced, you can like teach them how to like dig tunnels and maybe live underground or something. You can try to live a life of peace away from them and just turn it into like a farming simulator where you're just growing crops. Yeah, berry simulator. Or like where you're just like growing crops and all that stuff and just kind of living a life with them and trying to make them as prosperous as possible.
So it's like a sandbox almost with aliens.
Yeah, sure. And it's kind of like Minecraft, but in Minecraft the villagers and all that, they're really not smart at all. And they don't really do anything. And this is just we've put all of our resources in making the most complex mind like AI system for these aliens where they can
learn,
behave however they want.
They watch what you do and they adapt
learn
to what you do.
Yeah.
So if you're mean to them, they're going to remember that. If If you're
Yeah.
nice to them, if you help them, if you give them food, you're gonna remember that. If you train them, they're gonna remember that and be able to.
So that's kind of the idea, is honestly just not even really explaining to people. Like, we would have to explain to a very small degree so that they're like interested in playing the game in the first place. But just saying, hey, like showing them the game, and that's pretty much all you ever give people when they want to buy the game and they're looking at it, like at E3 or something. You just drop in, you start doing things, and it's like, you can do whatever you want on this planet, and these people will behave
Is this
accordingly.
good? Is this like a first person, or like more of like a
Probably first
above-
person. Probably first person.
So it's not gonna have like a I guess Age of Empires or Command and Conquer feel to it then.
No. But it's just, I don't know. I just like the idea of people playing their own versions of the games. Like, hey, dude, what did you do on your planet today? It's like, oh man, dude, the enemies started coming and we're freaking out. We're trying to build like ships and stuff so that we can maybe fly away and all that stuff. Is like, but nothing worked. Like all the turbo speed like didn't work and we
Okay.
died.
So here's my question then. So let's say like an enemy comes, or say they turn on you or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
Like whatever. So if you die, then what? Like what happens then? Is there like a save point where you can, or are we?
Yeah, I would say that there would be like save points every like 10 minutes or something like that, and you could either go back to that or you could just say, I'll just start a whole new planet.
okay,
Because, yeah.
So say like for instance, you're on the planet, right? And then like an enemy comes and wipes you all out. So then it goes back like 10 minutes before that. So you're gonna have to have ways to be able to get past this army in 10 minutes. Is that what you're saying? There's got to be a way to like either hide
Or maybe it goes
somehow-
back a whole day.
Like,
So you can prepare for that.
So how
maybe it
quick
auto
is
saves
this?
everything.
Like how quick is this gonna be? Like let's say like if you're gonna try to build a defense or something like that. Like is this kind of like a I don't know how much you guys played of Command and Conquer kind of a thing, but is it like you place down a building and it gets built, you know, in a certain amount of time, or is this like more realistic where if you goes back a day, then there's like it'll take a long time to build like a defense or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, is it gonna be like if it goes back a day, like are you gonna be able to?
Maybe it saves automatically every single day that you've been through in the game, and maybe you can choose, I want to go back 3 days because that'll give me enough time to prepare. But maybe that's like in Minecraft, you have like survival mode, you have hardcore mode, and you have adventure mode. Adventure mode, or not adventure mode, or peaceful mode, right? So either you could go in this game and just not have any enemy types, and you can just learn how to like live with these people and all that stuff, and just play it like fun, like Minecraft, and just build things and have fun. Or you could play it on survival mode, where it is a little bit harder. Or you could play in hardcore, like survival mode, like where you can go back certain days and all that stuff if you want to keep going with that world. Or you could play it hardcore, where if you die, you die, and you have to start all over again on a new planet.
Okay,
from ground
so
one.
are we making this like Minecraft, like when it comes to resources?
Yeah, there's different
How-
resources. You can mine resources and build.
So we're gonna mine, like it's not like
You can mine, yeah. So you can mine, and you could get resources to build up walls and all that stuff. You can kind of like Rust as well, and like what's the game that we played, The Forest. Just a bunch of those types of games where you craft like walls and all that stuff, and you could build even better walls later on if you're able to mine rock and all that stuff, and iron, and you could build weapons. And then maybe as like your civilization starts advancing, maybe you can learn like different things from your ship or whatever, like different technologies, and you can start developing like gunpowder and all that stuff, and making weapons of that kind of sort.
oh yeah. Nia Donald brings up a good point. Creative mode. The way that Austin's explaining this, creative mode would definitely tie into this,
Yeah.
where you could just
So that's
build
one.
whatever
Yeah, that's
you
the
want.
mode where you're just living with these people and you're just having fun,
yeah.
and you can. It's kind of like basically you would just be farming and building things, and just try to be the most successful. Maybe there would be kind of like a leaderboard, like how much money and assets do you have, like
Right.
with crops and all that stuff.
And maybe there's different natural disasters you have to avoid
That's a good point.
or
Oh, yeah.
deal with.
Sure.
And maybe they're unexpected, like, oh, earthquake, either you're dead or all your stuff goes bye-bye,
I like that.
asteroids.
So I have a different, when you said first of the game, I was thinking about something different, but I'll bring that up later.
When I
But
said
for
what?
now, when you first brought up this game,
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking you were talking about, in a different way.
Yeah.
But for now, I'll continue with this idea.
Okay.
Is this going to be, so I don't know if you said this or not, so is it like a random generated world, like it's going to look different completely every time you start a new planet?
Yeah,
kind of
so
thing?
it'd be like Minecraft. You can have different world saves and all that stuff.
Yeah. I never really.
But I
played
wouldn't
Minecraft
want
all
it to
that
be in
much.
block style at all. I
Oh,
would want
I
it
would-
to be more realistic.
I would love to,
but
but-
maybe cartoony still, but not in a block.
I would-
Like Gang Beasts kind of cartoony, just still smooth, but
Yeah, I would love for this game to look beautiful. That'd be so cool to see
you could probably have different
the space and everything, different. Oh man, that look pretty nice.
it would be like just a really condensed version of No Man's Sky and what they promised that game would be. But No Man's Sky, it was like an unlimited universe and you could travel from place to place, but it just got too big in scope. This would just be condensed to like a Minecraft. You have one world.
Okay, so
And
you
you
couldn't
just-
travel to anywhere.
No, you just stick to that one world. Maybe as coding goes on, but we wouldn't tell anyone this as we're making the game. Maybe as coding goes on, maybe you can travel to your friend's planet and not tell them, but bring all of your alien friends along and take over their place.
So yeah, at some point, I would assume online would definitely be incorporated into this, where you could visit it or
Maybe that would be in like the second game.
yeah.
I don't know.
And then how big is this world? How big? If you were to make one loop around it, would it take very long? Or
I don't know. I don't
It
know.
would have to take a significant amount of time, but
Yeah.
you should be able to walk around the planet.
real time? Maybe it takes
an hour,
2 hours, 3 hours.
2 hours. If you were just
To walk
walking.
If you were
around the
just
whole
to
thing.
walk.
Yeah, real time. If you were to walk.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how big you like.
Yeah, it would be nice to keep it confined and all that stuff. The only thing about that is, I don't know. There would have to be some kind of spawning of different enemies just later on, because if you discover the whole if you journey around the whole planet and you've already landmarked everything that you want to landmark, and you see no enemies in sight, I would still want at some point an enemy just kind of pops up.
Yeah.
Just around you.
I was thinking as well, maybe these aliens, that you come in contact with, maybe not all of them, are warm up to you.
Uh-huh.
So as you go on, you get more and more of them, and you can use them to help you get resources or other things to go quicker.
Yes, that's something. There's a video game that I played, Harvest Moon. It's just farming. You just farm, and I freaking love that game series. But there's a DS version of that game, and there's these little sprites. It's these little elfin people or whatever, and if you find them, you could recruit them, and they could do things for you. So you could at some point, you only have time enough in the day to water this many plants or something, so that the next day when it grows, you can. Jason's Mountain Dew's empty and he's really sad.
I am sad. You have more?
But you could you can have them water the plants for you, so you can go out and do other things. And
can't your aliens can? That's
yeah,
right.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
I was thinking of an elf, and I'm like, I can't.
Well,
your
in Harvest Moon, it's an elf.
Gotcha.
A little sprite. But yeah, this you could teach. You could show them how to water things or how to mine things, and you're hey, mine this for me. Kind of like Pikmin. If you ever played that, you can get a group of Pikmin to start mining something for you, and grab another group of Pikmin and mine something else for you.
But the difference here is that the aliens you can't really directly control the aliens. What I'm thinking is
unless you gain their trust.
What I'm thinking is if you gain their trust, they start watching you and they do what you do, and then they just keep doing whatever you so if you're farming and you get a couple farming next to you, they'll keep farming if you leave.
Right.
You know, or,
No.
but only if they're like in your trap. If you start digging, they'll keep digging. They'll dig to the.
So
core.
that's the thing that I like about this idea, though. There would be in the code, at some point, if you show them enough things, but you haven't shown enough of your dominance, maybe they would try to take you over.
Ooh,
And
I
so
like
you'd
that.
you'd have to like find ways to like assert your dominance. Like you will work for me. Like I will.
gotta
You will do
kill
stuff
one
for
couple-
me.
every
Yeah,
couple
maybe.
days.
Yeah, maybe every night it's like have a Hunger Games with them.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Or like get them all together and then like you have to publicly kill one.
Yeah.
Like a sacrifice.
Like freaking Negan or something on The Walking Dead.
But like the ones that are you know, will farm, like they don't make good warriors. Like you have to like do something else with
Yeah,
these
get a
warriors.
whole other team.
You have
that
to
are
like train these warriors or something.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah. Or you could see, that's why it would be so freaking complex of a coding, and it would require such a huge team to do this. Or you could find a way to like have them respect you enough. You're not the dominant person, but you're able to just live amongst themselves, like amongst them, and just do the things that they do, and be more of like a democracy. Like you're all working together, and if a group faces you, they're not necessarily looking towards you, but they can maybe start making decisions for themselves. Like we're gonna fight these people, but they're not like trying to be a ruler over you. You're all just. But that would be such a balance. Like you'd have to figure out some crazy balance.
Mhm.
Like that's what I love about this idea is there like everyone would have a completely different world like and also like a relationship with these aliens. Like some of them will be like the Negan type, or some of them will be just like a lowly, like they're like he's in hiding because they're trying to kill him.
I almost think like these people are like Smurfs. Like each of them
That's
has
what
their
I'm
own
saying.
personality,
They'd be like little Pikmin or Smurfs or
Yeah.
something, like just really cute. Like those are the aliens that you interact with. So that's what I love about this. And like maybe if they get more if you make them more violent of a people, but you've asserted your dominant, like maybe like as they get more violent, like they just kind of start turning a little more like
Evil
like their claws are starting to come out, and you're like, whoa. I don't know about this.
I like it.
We need to dial it back, guys.
They have like hidden features that only come out if you draw them out or something.
Yeah, like Bilbo Baggins when in the first one when the ring goes. That scared the crap out of me when I was a kid, dude.
That's kind of like one of those scenes, like the Wizard of Oz. Like
Yeah,
that
dude.
always scares. Like
I was watching that movie. I remember super late at night with my cousin, and he fell asleep, and I was like, and it was just me. And then at first I see like the part where like they're in the mines of Moria, and then Smeagol kind of appears up, and I'm like, whoa. And I was like I was kind of freaked out about this game or this movie. And then that part happens, and I'm like, nope, I'm done. And I remember like freaking
couple
out.
little jump scares.
Yeah,
and you're
I
out
could
of
not.
here.
And it's not even that. It's not even supposed to be a scary movie. But I was like, I'm not watching the rest of this.
How old were you?
16. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Yesterday?
I don't know. When did that movie? It was pretty early on when it came out.
That was like
Maybe
2001.
Yeah, maybe it was a couple years after it came out. I was probably like 10 or 9 or something.
2001 doesn't seem that long ago, but it kind of was.
Dude, that was
It's
a long time ago, bro. But let me look through my ideas a little bit more. Cause yeah, there's not a definite storyline
So
in this. You just get a different experience every time.
More ideas about the game. Is that what's going on? Too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking.
Okay.
I'm looking to see if I wrote down anything else that I haven't said yet.
Should we try to brainstorm names while you look?
Yeah, go for it.
Let me think here.
Go on enemy maybe.
Crash landing.
Oh, but if like you're super protective over them when enemies come, they're just like super cowardice and they can't fight for themselves at all. We've already kind of talked about
Yeah,
that.
I think there should be like several events where you kind of show your character, like towards these aliens. Like maybe wild beasts start attacking them. Do you protect them? Do you start killing them with the Smurfs with the wild animal?
And
do
then
you start having people try to attack the thing? Just you have certain events happen which let you show your character to these aliens.
Yeah. So that's like, so maybe as you're like fighting some enemies and all that stuff, and then one of them accidentally like friendly fires and shoots one of the other aliens. And then you're just like everyone just like stops, and you walk over to that alien, you like grab him and like beat the crap out of him or something. And then they all watch and they're like, okay. And they learn like if I kill one of the fellow aliens, I'm gonna get the crap beat out of me.
Right.
But it would be awful because maybe like if we didn't fine tune that code enough, like maybe the aliens would just like all start beating the crap out of this one alien. That'd be awful.
I think another name, footprints.
Footprints.
You know when you like walked on the moon, you know what I mean? It's like they left footprints. I don't know. I feel
What
like
about one small step?
one small step?
One small step. I can dig that.
No, the landing on the moon was totally
Landing on the
that
moon.
was false. It never happened.
One small step.
Okay, sounds good.
Trying to start some controversy.
You know, a lot of people think that, man.
I know they do. It's silly.
What?
Believe,
You never heard that?
What are you smoking?
You never
Oh,
heard
believe that
People
that never
actually
happened.
Never happened.
That never.
Yeah.
But you don't agree with that. Oy vey.
We
We landed on the moon.
I don't know. I like footprints. One small step for man.
One small step. Maybe a play on monkey see, monkey do. Alien see, alien do.
Alien
Uh,
yeah.
Actually, that's a good point. Are we? No, I think you should be able to name whatever you want.
You
I
can
think.
name like the different people too.
You can name the different
That would be
people.
cool.
You can nickname each and every one of them.
That would be sweet.
You
You can
can
like dress them up too. You can like
so maybe their personalities would be procedurally
You can
generated as
unlock-
well.
you can unlock new like clothing items and you can like put it on them and like so that way you can really distinguish between each one. So.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I like this.
I like
I like this idea
We'll have
a lot.
supply drops.
Yeah.
From who?
like Call of Duty. We'll bring in supply.
I don't know why you're
drops.
obsessed
You
with
can
supply
pay
drops. Shut
for them.
No, we're not doing in-game purchases. And stuff.
That's how you get money, man.
Look,
That's how they get money.
no, but I like the idea of being able to name everything, like the different minerals that you find. Like you can name the different
Oh, that'd be cool.
I
you
do
can
like
name the
that.
different minerals. You can name the whole
Oh,
race
yeah,
yourself.
duh.
Like
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
these are called the didgeridoos.
These are the noobs.
the noobs, the
I like
goobs.
that really
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
your
and
own.
then you
Make
can
it
name
your
each one
totally your own.
individually.
Yeah.
But
And
maybe
and then their name appears like above it.
Yeah,
if you've
that'd-
named
yeah,
them.
exactly.
yeah, and maybe you have like an advanced like a UI a part of your like glasses or something, like your visor or something.
Yeah, this is first
And-
person,
Yeah, and you can see like if you're looking at specific ones like for the first time, you can kind of see like
Question
like
mark?
their kind of personality. Like you can kind of get an assessment like of like a what's the word, like a profile. You can
Yeah.
profile them and see if they're kind of more hostile and like you need to watch out for those ones. Or maybe you could see some are like more athletic or more built and all that stuff. And so you're like, okay, you are gonna be a builder or you're gonna be a warrior. Like I can already see that right now. Like when push comes to shove and some bad guys start rolling in, I'm gonna need you. And so you start teaching those people how to fight. And then maybe you can see other ones that are more like good at like maybe they're just more like team players and they
Yeah.
wanna just support everybody. So maybe you can teach those people how to be medics or to farm or something like that. And you can gather different groups, kind of like Pikmin. You can circle different groups and like you guys come with me. I'm gonna teach you how to be
Okay.
a thing.
So this brings another question.
But then you name each one of them. You can build
Yeah, that's cool.
relationships with
But-
them.
So the guy that lands
Make
that
little
you
alien
land-
babies.
Yeah.
Okay, so you that lands on the planet, and you're talking to these aliens and stuff. So like, what is his background? Because you're making it sound like he just knows everything and he can teach anyone anything.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
If they see it,
well, I'm saying like you're like if they're gonna be medics and stuff, that means you gotta teach these guys like, you know what I mean? Like this guy just he knows everything. That's what I'm asking.
yeah, this guy knows everything.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know. That's the only way. It'll just be. That's just the way it is. He
That's
just
cool,
knows
man.
everything.
Okay.
And you can teach them. Yeah, you can teach them how to heal people. You could set up a hospital, try to make a sterile environment.
Surgery, like teach them surgery, like
Yeah, teach them integrate, and then all of a sudden you just like you tab over to Surgeon Simulator, and the skills that you build up in there
yeah.
go into. I don't know. That would be too complex. Maybe just like a prompt comes up and you.
I think that there should be an online feature on this. I think that there could be a multiplayer where you could do like a co-op kind of thing, where you can help each other out, whatever planet you want.
Sure.
I think that there should also be kind of like a versus but you have to be
Yeah, you
in
could do
that
PvE.
specific. But you have to be in that specific versus. Like you
Yeah.
couldn't just like go to someone's planet online and then start wiping them out. Like you have to choose to be able to allow someone to fight you. Because
Yeah.
if you can't, that would be lame.
Yeah, that's how.
Yeah.
Exactly like Minecraft again. Like there's different servers that are like PvE or PvP, and you can change whether or not you're PvE or PvP at any given moment.
That would be cool. I think that'd be a good feature.
So what do we got? One small step.
One small step. I like footprints.
Footprints.
I don't know. Those two names are pretty good. So
Yeah, I'm like trying to think of any other.
Something better.
Cute little alien footprints. What about that game?
What comes to my mind is if we had a name for the planet, I think that would be a natural name. But if we can name it ourselves,
planet. That's what the game is called. Your planet.
Your planet.
Oh.
Little, it's like Little Big Planet. It should be like, your planet. Something like.
Your little planet.
iPlanet.
Or just Alien Planet.
iPlanet.
Like iPhone. iPlanet.
No.
E-planet. Just kidding.
Illegal alien.
Are they illegal?
No. I don't know. We just gotta quickfire this stuff. I'm digging either Footprints or Alien Planet or Your Planet or
One small step.
I'm throwing that one out.
You don't like that one?
I'm not a fan of that one.
Okay.
It's good, but I don't think it fits. Because this is kind of a cartoony thing, a little bit.
I don't know. I'm leaning. What was the other one we did? I like Footprints, but what was the other one?
Your Planet, iPlanet, Illegal Alien.
I like Footprints and Your Planet.
Your Planet.
Footprints.
Your Planet.
Footprints? Yeah, that sounds better. Your Planet makes it sound like it's a Nintendo Switch exclusive. And we don't want to limit it just to Nintendo Switch. Because we'll lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Maybe they would be willing to pay a lot of money because they got nothing right now.
You never know. Whatever offers more money.
But this would require a team of like 100,000 coders. I can't even imagine. This is a complex
artificial
AI.
intelligence.
Yeah.
This is
the
research.
I don't know. I think they could do this. I don't think
it would take a while though.
More.
I would say you'd need like a team of like 100 people.
It's just a different way to do it.
Fleshing the crap out of this AI. That would be the most cumbersome part of this entire game idea.
Yeah. All right. So how much are we selling it for?
$30.
Really?
$40. That's true. There's a lot of people.
This is like a game that you can just play all the time. I think.
Yeah, but Minecraft is a game that you can play all the time, and that was only $30.
Minecraft's garbage.
I say 40.
At $39.99.
$39.99.
Yeah, I think that's good.
I think that's a fair price. Isn't that what we did Silent Pistol for too?
Maybe.
I think so. I think it was $40.
I don't want to do.
I feel like $40 is an awesome price point.
$60 is so much money for a game.
Yeah,
that's no game.
I know. I'm used to it.
Just campaign. That's stupid.
I'm used to it.
I can't remember.
So that's not a big deal to me.
I paid for a game that was $60.
I don't remember the last time I ever paid for a game because I just torrent the crap out of it. I'm just kidding. I am a supporter. I will always buy it because I just love it too much. You know what I mean, skis. Okay. Footprints.
Yeah, Footprints. $39.99.
A footprint.
Check it out.
Wait, hold on. What do the aliens sound like? No, that sounds like a chicken. No. Higher pitch though. It needs to be like squeaky voices. Why do you That's closer. Do your Mickey Mouse voice again.
Oh boy! I can't do it on the spot.
Except little like that. No, I like that.
Oh Pluto!
That's
hard.
That's so good. What the frick, dude? That's really incredible.
Dude, maybe they should hire me.
They really should though.
Oh man. Oh boy!
But you need to like. You need to do like a script though.
Yeah, I would have to.
You need to figure out some kind of script. Oh, I love you so much right now. That's so beautiful.
Oh man.
Okay, I like that. Okay, Footprints. Boom. $40. Done. Releasing everywhere.
In 3 years.
No, you know
3 months.
We should just make it we have to choose one platform. We should just make that a thing. Like we have to choose, because otherwise, why
Between-
wouldn't we just say everything?
So
every time?
it has to be an exclusive to a specific
Something.
console.
Yep. One specific console
system.
or PC.
Nintendo Switch.
No, not.
I feel like this could only work on PC. It's way too complex. We have to do PC.
I don't know if I like it on PC.
I think Nintendo Switch would be the next choice, though.
No, I would. For me, for some reason,
I'm like
I
serious.
want to
though.
say PS4.
I can see PS4
I
as
can
well.
on this one. I don't know. That's
The
I see
thing,
that more than PC.
you know what? I wish that there was the Nintendo Switch 2 already. That could handle way super complex stuff, but keep
Work
it
on it,
mobile.
Nintendo.
Because I feel like that's really what people want right now is a mobile gaming platform that's like really competent.
So this brings up another thing. Do you think a PSP, if they would have released it now, do you think that it would be huge, way bigger than it was when they first released it?
No, PSP was huge back in the day, though.
You don't think it'd be bigger now?
PSP was huge. DS was huge. Mobile has been huge for a while, obviously, with
Man,
phones
Game
too.
Boy, that was like
Game Boy
that
was
was like
huge.
the biggest thing. That was
I
like
think
what
no,
started it.
DS was bigger than that.
Isn't?
Oh,
what-
wait,
isn't
no,
what
maybe the Game Boy
started
was.
it.
Oh yeah,
Like
Game Boy
mobile-
started the. I believe so. Started the
Mobile
like the
stuff?
yeah the mobile.
Besides those really old
game.
games like football and that, you know, those old ones that
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
but honestly, I think if there was a Nintendo Switch 2, it would be.
Basically,
It would
just
be
want
right at
something
home
more
because then you and your
powerful.
friends could just be right next to each other. Like, what are you doing in your world, dude? Don't worry about it. And then they're like working on an attack against you.
Mhm.
Yeah, don't worry
It's
about
like,
it.
don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
And then
What
all
is
of a
going on?
sudden- I'm getting attacked by the Schnauzerweigers. What the frick?
Whoa, would you let me come and help you?
Let me come in. I'm just attacking this little loser over here. That's me.
I'm taking your resources.
Taking all your resources. You're gonna have to start from ground zero.
That's
Footprints.
Alright.
I would just love to see that game come to fruition.
Well, honestly, we have some good game ideas. Let's be honest. Every week
We do. Every week we come up with legitimate ideas.
Pretty dang good idea.
I feel like you weren't on board with this one too much, though. You just didn't
I
have any
like
ideas for it.
I just didn't have any ideas for it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I just feel like you were talking about it, so I felt like you weren't really
I feel like
into it.
arguing with you the whole time, Austin, against every idea that you had.
What are you smoking? We were like on the same page.
Yeah.
We were arguing a lot before. Oh,
All right,
man.
outro or what?
Oh,
Pretty
real
good.
quick.
Oh, okay.
Real quick.
Sorry.
I just remembered this. You know when we were doing like 99 Fallen?
Yeah, it's a good gun.
It's a good gun. I know. I agree. But I was thinking of it kind of like a different version of the game, like a 2D version. But it would be kind of like, okay, just hear me out real quick. This is just going to be a real quick like thing. So instead of being called 99 Fallen, it would be called Kill the King, right? Which kind of goes along with what you guys are talking about. On both sides, like on one side, it's kind of like tug of war in a way. On one side, it's you guys. On the other side, it's the other guys, or the enemy team. And it's massive multiplayer, but it's 2D. And the goal is to get over and kill the king. But it's all in real time. No one's controlling the king at all, but you guys are just constantly trying to push the other team back and kill their king.
That's like the same. That's a lot. That's like a lot of games.
Okay, that's like a lot of games, but you can all like it's all people playing all at the same time. There's not just like computer people at all. And like in real time, you can have people just like attacking the other guys, and then maybe you can start building like a tower that's gonna start shooting arrows and stuff, but it's going really slow. And then other people that are playing with you can like, oh, he's building a tower, and then they all start helping you build a tower so it can get up even faster, shooting arrows and all that stuff, building walls. Building traps and all that stuff to get people to fall in like sand pits and all that crap.
Okay.
And just be all real, and just trying to kill the king.
I like it, and you can sabotage too.
I like 99 Fallen more, but I
This
can
would
get
just
on
be
board
a
with
simple.
I get you.
It's
This
like
would be
a
like a
mini
simple
game.
Switch version
Yeah,
of
I
it or
get you.
something.
What's up with you with Switch today?
I don't know. I really want to switch, dude. I'll tell you what.
All right, guys, send us 3 switches.
After, yeah, please. After
Switch
after
review,
the
man.
last episode that we did, I went to every time I go to Walmart, I just go to the electronics section because I just love looking at it. And the Switch has been sold out for a long time, and I go there, and there was one Switch,
How much was it?
$300. It's just $300. And I see the Switch, and honestly,
Was it
I
the
was. And I
main
had to
one
get
or
home.
the
Like
this
I was on a clock.
Ooh.
I was on a clock, and Kenzie needed me to get home because I had to grab something real quick so that I can get it back. I think it was like baby formula or something. But
It's
I
nothing
literally,
important.
I legitimately, I like looked at it for 10 minutes, and I was thinking of different ways to convince my wife to let me get this, because otherwise it would just be sold out again, and I wouldn't know when I would ever be able to get it. But we don't have the money
Was it
for
the red and blue one, or the
It was black, or the gray one.
The gray
The
one.
black
I would rather
one.
have the gray one personally.
Yeah, me personally. I heard that there was problems.
What
with
I'm
the
gonna
red
do,
and blue
I'm
one.
gonna wait for it because I
Yeah.
jumped the gun on the Wii U, and not only were not very many games come out for it, but like a month later, it came out like at a reduced price
Yeah.
with Wind Waker on it. And
'Cause
I'm
no
like,
one was
oh
playing
my
it.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, so I'm gonna wait.
Nintendo Switch is like cool and everything, but I still feel like a lot of people still aren't on board with it.
It's been the
I think
the
they're
best
like-
selling console for the past 2 months straight.
I feel my perception is that it's kind of like what I'm feeling. Like I'm like a little hesitant because the
Yeah.
Wii U was such a kind of a
Exactly.
flop, and that's where I am. So I wouldn't be surprised if other people were like that.
Yeah.
I just don't see what's so different about this than the Wii U.
It's mobile. It's mobile and it's more powerful,
Yeah, it's way more mobile.
and it
That's
actually
pretty much-
works. It actually works. It's legitimately like what like the PlayStation Vita was meant to be, and what people thought that the PlayStation Vita would be. That's why I think PlayStation needs to come out with
Another
a mobile.
thing is the controller. I feel like a lot of people
It's way
like
better than the Wii U
controller. A lot of
gamepad.
people are. I think we're really frustrated with
the gamepad for the Wii U.
gamepad or just like the Wii controllers. I think people like having a controller.
This is basically a beefier version of a Wii U in a gamepad version that you could actually take with you anywhere. And
What's the battery life on the?
it's
I
like
heard-
8 hours.
I think I heard like
Wow,
8
that's
to 10
pretty
hours or
good.
something like that.
It's 8 hours on like the lowest settings and lowest brightness settings, but like I think they said Zelda Breath of the Wild you can get like 6 solid hours out of it before it dies. But you can get extended like battery
I'm
packs
sure-
or something.
So they don't have like a charger, like one that you can just plug in the wall and plug it in and play. Do
Yeah.
they have that?
Yeah, they
Bet
do. Yeah,
They do.
they do. Or you could just put it in the dock and that charges it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's not mobile then.
I
That's what I'm
freaking
saying.
Well, yeah. Well, you just charge it overnight or something, and then play it again. Or you could get like like you have these like the little mobile battery packs, and then you can just plug it into there. There's not really any good ones though. I've heard of people saying that it kind of screws up their Nintendo Switch a little bit. So you got to get one that really
Gotcha.
works very well for it. Anyway, got off on a tangent. I don't know. I
Yeah.
just really want a Nintendo
Yeah.
Switch, but no one I know will ever play it. So,
Hmm.
what's the point?
Well, how many games are there out for it? Not very
There's
many.
They
Wind
already-
Waker. There's Mario Kart.
They already released like a.
There's quite a bit of
There
mini
was a
games.
link that said like pretty much all the games that are coming out for Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
They already came.
There's
out.
not a lot of like the AAA titles, but there's a lot of indie games that are actually really good.
With the controller though, you could start putting those games on the Switch. You know what I mean? Because it has like a controller. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You could start putting like games on there though. Like you could start putting Call of Duty and stuff, and that would actually work.
It would definitely be a lower version. I feel like those big AAA. I listen to a lot of gaming podcasts, and they're saying like, and I agree with them. There's not going to be a lot of those like Call of Duty, like Activision, those big publishers. I doubt that they're going to put their big titles on there, but they might get like a branch, like a small team that's working with them to kind of do something
But
on the
why-
side that's
it would-
specific for Switch.
But it wouldn't. Honestly, the Switch though isn't as like that much different than the other consoles though. Besides the mobile part,
It
when
is,
when it's
though.
in the dock though. Like it should be getting 60 FPS just like the other ones. There's no way the Switch.
With the limited graphics that they have, yeah.
You think there's limited graphics on it?
Oh, for sure. Like it's not gonna be. It's basically when PS3 was using like its best. Like
It's
people were
1080p
utilizing
though,
it.
60 frames
at
per
its
second,
best.
right?
Yeah.
Then
I think it actually runs at like 900p or something like that.
Look at this. These people are playing. They got two. Get out of here, rich kids.
Yeah.
They're like,
We don't
oh
even-
yeah, we're playing in the
we don't
car.
even
Oh
want-
my god.
That's
We
see-
don't even have one.
Is that Rocket League? Oh no, that's Mario Kart.
Oh,
I
they're so
think
sweet
they
on
were saying that
Rocket
Rocket League might come to it though.
Ah, that'd be interesting.
So that's the cool part about it is you can do a local like a LAN with each
Yeah.
other. You connect to each other
That'd
like
be
how the DS
sweet.
used to be. So that's why I'm drawn to it. Is
That's
you can
pretty
play anywhere with your friends, and you don't need an internet connection to do it. You just need to be able to.
So
sync up
you
with
don't
your
need to
friends.
be next to the actual console.
No,
obviously.
you don't. That is the console
That is the
right
console.
Oh.
there. Like that was their big thing.
That's-
It's like
that is-
like this is the console. The dock
It's
just
so
allows you to put it
small
up on the TV.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
None of the memory is
Now,
in the dock.
Dawson's like, oh.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like this.
Yeah.
This is exactly what the Wii U. They should have never done the Wii U, and just the Nintendo Switch should have been what they came out with.
That's what I'm saying though. They have a controller now. I'm saying there should be no issue in putting these bigger games on it. You have the controller now. You can it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely not going to be people's preferred if they want to play it on the TV. But this is mainly targeted for people that have no time at home. And so maybe while they're on their break at work, or if they're on a plane ride, if they do a lot of...
I saw somebody on a plane playing it.
Yeah,
exactly. When I went down to San Francisco coming back, someone was playing that.
So that's the way that you would want to play it.
Yeah. The Splatoon has always been...
I've had no interest in that game at all. But I definitely want to play Zelda Breath of the Wild on there during my breaks at work.
Mario Kart, dude.
Mario Kart with friends, that would be a freaking blast, man. Yeah. Just imagine... having all of your friends gather around together with Nintendo Switches, and you're playing 8-person Mario Kart.
What if you dropped it?
Well, don't.
Better come with like 2 wrist straps.
Yeah. I would assume that this thing they did a decent job on that. I would hope.
So
the only problem is I've heard, and that's why I would want to wait for later versions of the Nintendo Switch, is it scratches the screen sometimes. Like the way that the dock is set up when you're putting it in and out of the dock, it kind of scratches the screen because the design was just really crappy.
Oh yeah, but they have like those screen protectors. You'd be fine then.
Yeah, you can get screen protectors. I've heard a lot of people say that it's really not that big of a deal as long as you're being careful. You'd have to kind of go out of your way to put it in at a stupid angle to make it happen that way. Yeah. But I think they're coming out with Switches now that are a little more safe to put in.
Gotcha.
We should probably close out.
Yeah.
Because we're just going on a Switch rant. Well, that's another game in the bag. My friends, take it home, open up that sweet glossy case, and get high off of the ecstasy that is old school video game manuals. On Twitch and YouTube, we'll be back next Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. On podcast services around the globe, we'll be back next Friday. Be sure to send in your video game ideas at Build a Game Shop. You do that every time. On Twitter with the hashtag BAGW. I'm Austin.
I'm Dawson.
And I'm Jason.
And until we meet again, go get lost in the digital world and play yourself some video games.
Wait for it.
Just please don't forget to go into work.
There you go.
Please. All right. We out.
Did we get any